Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium here in beautiful Fredericton, New Brunswick. Bit of a rainy weekend predicted, but we'll have some hot basketball action happening here all weekend long. St. Thomas's annual Ken Gould Invitational. Dandy first game in the books already. We're here for the 4 o'clock game on the Friday, day one. Mount Allison Mounties will be the home team. They will be in the white. The road team will be the Holland College Hurricanes here in this one. Both of these teams look a lot different than they did at the end of last year. Mount Allison, by my count, 9 departures, 7 additions. And for Holland College, 11 departures and 10 additions. Those additions for Holland College not, of course, counting new head coach Tim Kendrick, assistant Lonnie States, and Robbie Robinson. Kendrick experience at many levels, including pro, high school in Nova Scotia, UPEI, Charlottetown franchise, in the Canadian Professional League. Now here at Holland College, he's also involved in the new league that's supposed to be starting off, the Maritime League. I believe it's the ECBL, East Coast Basketball League. I'm sure he'll correct me on that one tomorrow if I get that one incorrect, but follow along. I think there's 6 teams announced around the Maritimes for that league, so that looks to be exciting. This one here, a lot of new faces for me, a lot of new faces for both these coaches. Of course, that's usually the case at Holland College with the short degree programs. And at Mount Allison, 4 graduations, a couple deciding not to return. And it was going to be a heavy recruiting year anyway for Coach Steve Chapman at Mount A. One familiar face we will see here for those around the ACAA and St. Thomas fans in particular, Almond Dervishovitz, in his traditional number 5, but now in the maroon Holland College jersey. He is reunited with Coach Tim Kendrick. Coach Kendrick recruited him when Coach Kendrick was at UPEI. Well, played there before coming to St. Thomas. We're underway on this one, and that was Tim Ellison stealing the tip from Mount Allison. You can't take the tip and then catch it yourself. So there's a violation. We'll pick up the starters. First for Holland College in the maroon, the dark jerseys. Number 2 is Chris Cheatham. He's a new face out of Dallas, Texas. 5th year of eligibility. Played last year in the Alberta Conference, I like to call the ACAC, in Briarcrest. He's going to wear number 2. Jalen Menzies, number 3. Almond Dervisovich, number 5. Jack McCauley is 6. Logan Rempel is 10. And for the Mounties, Manuel Adugna is 5. Noah McCarthy is 5. Manuel Adugna is 3. Miles Haynes-Lacey from Fredericton High School, 14. Tim Ellison is 22. And Jonas Monroe wears number 6. No score. We've played just about a minute. I'm Bill Gibson. Thanks for joining in here all weekend long for the Ken Gould Invitational. Very excited to see some of the top talent in the ACAA. Whole conference this year going to be a barn burner. The first score there goes to Adugna. 4th year out of Victoria Park Collegiate in Toronto. Answering quickly at the other end, Chris Cheatham. Cheatham in that Briarcrest last year averaged over 13 points a game and 5.5 assists. I guess he'll be running the point for the Hurricanes here early in this one. Foul's going to go on Rempel. 2-2 early going. First men's game of the weekend at the Ken Gould. Jonas Monroe. Nice looking stroke there on the 3, but it doesn't go down. Alman Dervisevic on the run. One of the better passers in Tommy's program history. Leaves that one off for Jalen Menzies. Menzies with the shot and the miss. Foul on the rebound goes on number 5, Noah McCarthy. McCarthy in his 5th year. Started his high school career upriver, finished at FHS here in the capital city. McCarthy from Grand Falls, which I believe would put him at John Caldwell, if I'm not mistaken. Ellison drains the 3. 6'10", Tim Ellison. Cheatham goes at Ellison, and Ellison with the block for McCarthy into the front court. McCarthy sidesteps Menzies, goes off the glass, 4-2. 7-2 Mount A in the early going. Mount A went 2-1 last weekend. They were in that 3rd game right down to the last minute or so, Coach Chapman was telling me. This is the first time Holland College has had the opportunity to play. Of course, again, I'll mention, as I did in the women's game, thoughts are going out with those on the island and around the region impacted by Fiona. You know, there's a number of people without power for an extended period of time. 2 weeks, and some folks now stretching into 3 weeks on the island. Certainly, feel for you and feel for everyone impacted by damage, which is all of us, because we lost certainly a lot of beachfront and the dunes of PEI. Don't like to see those go away in any storm. Deflected out of bounds. That will stay Hurricanes ball. Dervisevic will inbound. Inside and with the finish is Logan Rumpel. 5th year out of Grand Prairie, Alberta. Rempel forces a turnover. McCarthy picks it back up. Ahead for Monroe. Monroe too strong on the lay-in. Rebound for Cheatham. Front court for Menzies. Menzies on the far side for McCauley. McCauley back for Menzies. Menzies a little too strong. Tim Ellison with the rebound. Ellison, much like Jillian Mumford in the first game, looks to have gone to work on the body in the offseason. See that a lot in this. Kids coming out of high school, that first year, between the first and second year, understand what it takes to be successful at this level. Certainly put the work in the gym. Not that it didn't work the first year. Just you can really see the difference in their body after a couple years of working with these collegiate level trainers and programs. Ellison looks to have a whole nother gear in his athleticism this year. Adugna for Monroe. Back for Adugna. McCarthy. That one rims in for McCarthy. Gets that to drop. Little shooter's roll. Cheatham off his leg, but he tracks it down. Pass inside. Logan Rumpel. Bothered by that was Mild Howings Lacey, but he recovers into the front court. Adugna on the miss. And now that's Menzies. He's going to finish at this end. Quick turnaround for the Hurricanes. Looks like they want to go as quick as they can, up the pace. We see the pressure from the Hurricanes. Miles Hayne Lacey for Jonas Monroe. Monroe drains the 3. Cheatham on the spin. Finds Menzies. Menzies. He finishes at the rim one more time. Monroe forward for McCarthy. McCarthy got a little body contact picked off by Cheatham. Long pass for Menzies. Menzies lays that in. 15-12. Mount Allison. Fast-paced quarter one. Dandy ball game here so far. Monroe for three one more time. Such a weapon at this level, that three-point shot. Cheatham, he gets right to the tin for two. Miles Haynes-Lacey on the catch. Adugna on the drive. He's going to get two. Alman Dervisevic met at the rim by Jonas Monroe on the block, but there's a foul call. Foul is going to go on Monroe on the arm. That will send Dervisevic to the line in the Tommy uniform last year. He was pretty good. Let's just say that. 77% free throw shooter. Over 17 points, nearly 17 and a half, nearly 8 rebounds a game, and over 6 assists for Dervisevic. He'll go to the line here, one of the off-season additions for the Hurricanes. Should mention the officials in this one. Just looking it up here on the sheet. Misters Richard, Wood, and Lord. The officials I have listed here for this one. Al makes the first. Dervisevic makes the second. Checking in now, number 12, Josh White. White, 6'5" forward out of Toronto, Ontario. Had some time at UPEI in his past. Monroe on the take, can't make it. Fought for the rebound, but it's taken away by the Hurricanes. Number 1 is Kyrie Thompson, who's checked in. That's Logan Rempel making that shot. One-point game. Monroe on the miss. Rebound for Josh White. Jalen Menzies looking for White, cutting through the key. White can't put a fork in that one, but it's Rempel picking it up. Foul's going to go on Ellison, I believe. I thought he got a clean block on that one. Must have been body underneath. Does call it on the arm by the call. I thought that block looked clean. Subs are in for Mount Allison. That's number 24, Rashawn Ferguson, 6'6" forward out of Nassau, Bahamas. First year out of Victory Rock Prep. Shout out to you if you are watching from the Caribbean here this afternoon. You are watching from there or anywhere. Feel free to give me a shout. Online, on Twitter is the preferred method for me. At Billsby, Billsby, Billsby. Look for a tweet from the Stu Tommies earlier in the day. I've responded to that one. Hit me up, let me know where you're watching from. Happy to get a mention in for you if you like. McCarthy's shot goes up off the top of the backboard, out of bounds. Ball over to Holland College. Holland College now leads by 1. 3:15 to go here, opening quarter at the Ken Gould. Rempel. Little slip there on the floor. A lot of bodies down. We've already been looking for some towels to wipe up the floor here. It is going to be a humid weekend here in the capital city. Expect to see a lot of floor wiping up here all weekend long. Rain, if it's not already raining out, it's in the forecast for this evening. I've been here a number of hours now. Can't see the outside, so not sure what the weather's doing. It's supposed to be heavy rain overnight and through tomorrow, so expect to see some moisture issues here on the floor with the high humidity due to the rain. Kyrie Thompson for Jalen Menzies. Menzies' pass is picked off by Rashawn Ferguson. Noah McCarthy gets the ball back. Shot out of the corner, that's Monroe. A little too strong. Nice finish there for Menzies. So Hurricanes look to put the pedal to the metal any chance they can here in the early going. Ferguson for McCarthy. McCarthy blocked by Josh White. Jonas Monroe for Noah McCarthy for three. McCarthy, I would say, the emotional leader of the Mounties. Leaves it all out there. Certainly seen in the past. Logan Rempel answers McCarthy's three with a three of his own. Certainly seen McCarthy and Dervisevic when he was in the Tommies uniform. A little trash talk competition, I will say, throughout the game. So expect more of that here in this one. Dervisevic, of course, will check in now in the Hurricanes uniform. See if they get matched up. It's going to be Mountie ball, 10 on the shot clock. Number 10 is Connor Briand. He will inbound. 6'4" forward in his first year out of Kingston. Should mention in this one, Minwoo Park, veteran point guard, scratch with injury for Mount Allison. Ferguson looked to get that one inside, and he did, but couldn't beat the shot clock. Minute and a half to go in quarter one, 3-point game. Mounties and Hurricanes. It is Holland College up 3. Dervisevic looks back outside for Nick Mills, number 9. It's picked up by Kyrie Thompson. Thompson for 3. That one looked short from his hands, and it was. Rebound for Ferguson. Quick outlet. Adugna on the drive. He gets right to the tin. Chris Cheatham outside for Kyrie Thompson. Thompson, first year out of North Preston. If I'm not mistaken, Thompson was a member of Dartmouth High School. Don't quote me on that. I believe I saw him a couple years ago in a tournament. Briand makes the 3 to tie us up at 28. Ten seconds to go in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Chris Cheatham deals for Thompson. Thompson blocked. Turnaround jump shot is blocked off the rebound by Nick Mills. Good defense by Mount Allison to close out the quarter. And what a barn burner of a quarter it was between these two teams. The high-octane Hurricanes and the Mount Allison Mounties. We're tied at 28. After the first quarter, I'm going to take a short break and be back with quarter number 2 in 2 minutes or less. Welcome back, folks. About a minute to go before we start quarter two. Holland College and Mount Allison men tied at 28. A little opportunity to take a look at these teams last season. Mounties last season, 7-5 in the regular season. Was good enough for third in the conference, 3-3 at home, 4-2 on the road. Lost twice to Stu, lost at home to Crandall, lost at Mount St. Vincent and at Holland College. Lost the quarterfinal game at home to Mount St. Vincent. That started the Mystics' magical Cinderella run to the championship last year. Well, I guess that was a stop on the way. The Mystics had already played a play-in game by that point in time to get to the quarterfinal. Talk about that a little bit more in the Mystics game. That was a 96-82 loss. As I mentioned, 9 departures. Among them, top scorer Sam Pearson, who had averaged 17.3 points and close to 10 boards a game. He was first team all-conference, first in rebounding, and fourth in conference in scoring. Igor Radek also gone, nearly a dozen points a game. Emmanuel Octavius, Zach Boudreau, Sam Lutz, James French. He moved over to Crandall. Davis O'Brien and Mason Helka. In, Dilo Porimon of Calgary and University of Toronto, Mississauga. Connor Briand out of Kingston. We've seen him already. Nathan Kiembe out of London, Ontario, and the Providence Pilots of the NEAC. He's a scratch here for this one. Omar Niang out of Victoria, BC. Gabe Powder out of Almonte, Ontario. Brody Richardson, St. Stephen Spartan of the Class A League here in New Brunswick. And Rashawn Ferguson. We've seen him already in this out of Nassau, Bahamas. So a lot of turnover for Mount A, and if we get the chance to get in the same situation for Holland College, we'll see even a greater level of turnover. That, I believe, is a three-pointer made and a foul as well. Three-pointer was good for Kyrie Thompson. Foul goes on number 1, White. It's Dilo Porimon, as just mentioned. Third year of eligibility out of University of Toronto, Mississauga. Hometown is Calgary. Oh, now we're calling that after the shot. So this will be the Hurricanes' ball. This may be even better than the and one. This could be an and 2 or 3 if they're able to score, instead of getting just the free one. 31-29 on the scoreboard. Here as we start quarter number 2, just about a minute in, half a minute in. Alman Dervisevic makes 2 more for the Hurricanes. So indeed a 5-point trip thanks to that foul and 2 made shots. Jonas Monroe loses the handle out of bounds. He was looking for Miles Haynes-Lacey. 2 could not connect. Thompson short on that shot, taken away by Ferguson. Ferguson, Monroe, Miles Haynes-Lacey, he finishes. Haynes-Lacey has been running that play since his time at least on the JV AAA team at FHS. Coach John Rice. That long outlet and quick turnaround, one of Coach Rice's trademarks. Ferguson for Porimon. Back for Ferguson. Ferguson with a nice finish. He split 3 Hurricanes. It's going to be an offensive foul on the screen on Josh White. Leaned in with the upper body on that one. Pretty easy call for the official. Checking in. 6 and 10, that's Jack McCauley, number 6. Macaulay also had time at UPI, 5th year of eligibility out of Charlottetown. And 10. That's a miss. Rebound by Miles Haynes-Lacey. Monroe guarded by Cheatham. Cheatham goes for the steal. Monroe controls for McCarthy. McCarthy with the jumper. Front rim, rebound Dervisevic. Ahead for Rempel. He's going to take the jumper on the run. Rebound Monroe. Monroe for Haynes-Lacey. Little bit of rim, but it goes through. Timeout, Coach Kendrick. As the Mounties, a little bit of a scoring run here in Q2, 40-35. Chance to speak with Coach Kendrick before the game just a little bit. Just tell me he's pleased. It's a good group of boys to coach. Happy to be at Holland College. And expects to have some more players on the way for semester number 2. No hints on who they are, but stay tuned for that. We'll take a look now at Holland College's last year. They were 11-1 in the regular season. First in the conference, of course. First in conference scoring, averaged nearly 100 points a game. 6-0 at home, 5-1 on the road. Their only loss was at Mount Allison. They were ranked 7th nationally going into the playoffs. And much like the Mounties, they were taken out in the semifinal by Mount St. Vincent, 91-83. Key departures, top 3 scorers from their team last year. That will be Jashawan Downey, Jordan Holness, and Bryce Corless. Together, they represent about 50 points of that 100 average coming off the board. Holness, first team all-conference play of the year, second in conference in assists. Downey, the rookie of the year, second team all-conference. Bryce Corless, second team all-conference. 3 key departures among the 11. And of course, as already mentioned, 10 additions to this team. We'll go through those. We do get some time in a timeout. Some point this weekend, I'll work that in. 4-point game, Mounties to the front court. Miles Haynes-Lacey for Monroe. McCarthy, a deep 3. That one short. Kyrie Thompson. Alman Dervisevic. Made a number from there in his youth Stu career. Can't make that one. Thompson. Rempel gets Elson to bite on the fake. But it is Ellison on the rebound for Monroe. Monroe right into the paint. Met there by Jalen Menzies. No, that was Chris Cheatham that met him in the paint. Just told by our producer Alice, we are having some issues with the feed from the score clock to our display on screen. That being the case, I will give the score and time a little bit more often than I would otherwise. We'll look into that technical issue. We had it working at one point today. Old building, there are some gremlins here on the technology side of things. Jonas Monroe goes glass and gets 2 more. 46-40, 4:40 to go in quarter 2 here at the Ken Gould. McCarthy on the rebound. McCarthy to the front court. Nice little move by McCarthy to get the reverse lay-in down. 8-point lead for Mount A. Thompson for Rempel. He's had a good half. Coach Kendrick calling for pressure. He didn't set it quite soon enough, I don't believe. Ellison had a 15-footer. Instead, he elects to pass, gets it back. Knocked out of bounds from behind by Rempel. Menzies and White check back in. Rempel and Thompson go to the bench. Ellison made 1-3 earlier. He missed that one. Menzies has it knocked away. I believe by Miles Haynes-Lacey. Monroe attempts the bounce pass. Somebody gets a hand on it, and it bounced out of bounds. It will stay St. Thomas ball. That might have been Josh White who deflected that pass on the way through. McCarthy will inbound. Watch for McCarthy getting the return pass here on the inbound pass. It'll be dangerous in the shooting position. Instead, it's inside for Ellison. Miles Haynes-Lacey on the fake, cross court. That's McCarthy. Now Monroe for three. Monroe again. Jonas Monroe racking up the points here in the first half. As are both these teams, 51-42. High-scoring affair as Dervisevic knocks down the three and gets the foul on Tim Ellison. That's going to be Ellison's at least second. Dervisevic will go to the line. Foul, of course, out of the Ottawa area. Dervisevic to complete the 4-point play. That cuts the lead to 5. 51-46, 3:05 to play in quarter two. Knocked out of bounds by the Hurricanes. That will stay Mountie ball. Three-pointer missed. Rebound by Dervisevic for Cheatham. And Menzies. Menzies on the miss. Rebound Briand. McCarthy against the speedy Cheatham. Inside for Monroe. Turnaround jump shot. Soft looking shot, but a couple bounces and off to Dervisevic, who pulls up for another three. Rebound Josh White. Back outside for Dervisevic. Oh, nice play inside for White. He'll finish that one. Nice passing play with Jack McCauley. Kendrick calls for more pressure again. Dervisevic fights for it. Miles Haynes-Lacey comes away with it. The Mounties. Briand will put up a three and drain a three. Connor Briand, forward out of Kingston, gets a three here. 1:45 to go, quarter two, 54-48, Mount A. Mounties knocked that out of play. Rashawn Ferguson checks back in for Mount Allison. Haynes-Lacey to the bench. Timeout. Holland College. 1:40 to go now in the quarter. Great opportunity to get a mention in of the departures for Holland College. In addition to the three I mentioned, Holness, Jashawan Downey, and Bryce Corliss, Tavon Shepard, Tyree Cooper, I believe he's moved over to Crandall, Jararis McIntosh, John Alex Voss, Tom McKenzie, Joel Billick, Tutu Ecole, and Neil Beckett Additions: Kyrie Thompson, Chris Cheatham, Vicente Balatan, Alman Dervisevic, Jack McCauley, Ryan McKinnon, Nick Mills, Tyrell Casimir, who's a scratch today, Josh White, and Jacob Arsenault. Of course, should mention, this is only day one, game number 2. 2 more games to come here. 6 o'clock scheduled start. Probably be a little bit after that at this point in time. St. Thomas women, they'll be taking on Mount St. Vincent University. That's a matchup of last year's conference finalists. And in another matchup of last year's conference finalists, at the 8 o'clock game, it will be St. Thomas and the Mount St. Vincent men here on the floor. If you're in the Fredericton area, come on down. No better place to be this weekend than right here at the LB Gym. If you can't get here, we'll have the action all for you here online. Shout out to those who are watching along. I know there are a few out there for sure. Coach Waters, you're watching from Miramichi. Hello. Mr. Tingley in Moncton, I'm pretty sure you're watching along somewhere, or you will be at some point. Hoops Tingley on Twitter. Be handling some play-by-play duties in the upcoming few weeks himself for Mount A, and I believe some for Crandall too. 1:05 to go, 56-51 Mount A. Holland College controls. Menzies rattles one through to make it a 3-point game. Monroe for Adugna. Inside, Ferguson can't get a handle on it. Cheatham was a pass, and Cheatham draws the foul on Ferguson. Big size mismatch there. The 5'9" Cheatham and the 6'6" Ferguson. What it is, the veteran Cheatham picks up the foul on Ferguson. Ferguson's first. Team's third of this quarter. 2 for Holland College, and again, we're going to scrub up the floor here a little bit. Here we go. We have the broom out. The drying mop, whatever it is called. Out onto the floor. Give it a little scrub. Under a minute to go in quarter 2. Hurricanes ball. They trail by 3. Menzies gets into the paint, gets to the rim. Rebound, Monroe. Monroe for McCarthy. McCarthy has Ferguson. McCarthy takes it himself, gets it to go down and draws the foul. Noah McCarthy with the strong take. Good finish. Unable to focus through the body contact. McCarthy, over a 75% free throw shooter last season. Averaged 15.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 2.5 or so assists. Strong play from the veteran McCarthy. Will be one of the anchors in the backcourt along with Minwoo Park for Mount Allison once he gets healthy. And so far we've seen Jonas Monroe really look to be stepping it up here in year 2 for Mount Allison from a scoring standpoint. Rempel calmly steps back, makes a 3. 3-point game, 15 seconds to go. Mounties with the ball and the lead here in quarter 2. High scoring affair. 5 seconds to go now. Back for Ferguson. McCarthy picks it up. He's going to get one off under a second. He won't get a shot away. And it is McCarthy with a little action with Rempel after the buzzer and a tee on somebody. It's either McCarthy or Briand who was at the bottom of that pile. Referees will confer. We'll stay right here instead of just breaking away for the half. See what we get for a call out of this. Score right now, 59-56. Very high scoring first half. That's in favor of Mount Allison right now. Coach Chapman's taking his troops to the room, as is Coach Kendrick. We'll see what happens coming out of this. There was a T call made. Let's see what we get here for a call. Officials having a long discussion about how they're going to handle this one. What a fun first half that was. Unsportsmanlike foul. Goes on 5 white. That is McCarthy. And I believe there was one also called on Holland College. That's going to be McCarthy. Coach Kendrick doesn't like that his player also involved there in some way. I believe that was 10 Rempel who was in that for the Hurricanes. Coach Kendrick still with some words for the officials here. Allow him to get his say, but we'll take a break. Come on back in 15 minutes or so for second half action. Promises to be a barn burner of a second half. Certainly was in the first. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching the Ken Gould. Come on back in a bit. Fans, welcome back for the second half. First men's game at the 2022 Ken Gould Invitational. I'm Bill Gibson. This has been a barn burner of a first half. 59-56. Yes, that's only the first half score, not the final score of the game. About 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. And it'll probably take me longer than that to run through the stat sheet from the first half. Both teams shooting over 60% from the field, over 40% from the three-point line, and both teams perfect from the free throw line. Not very many free throws to speak of. For Holland College, they are 5 for 5 from the free throw line. 1 for 1 from the free throw line for Mount Allison. On the field goal percentage side of the things, Holland College is shooting 64%, 11 of 17 in both quarters. Mount Allison shooting 62.5%, 11 of 21 in the first, 14 of 19 in the second. And three-point shooting percentage, Holland College is 7 of 16 for 43.8% in the game. Mount Allison, 8 of 20 for an even 40. Highs from the first half with 22 points, Logan Rempel. 8 of 9 field goals, 4 of 4 from three-point land, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Has 22. Alman Dervisevic is doing Alman Dervisevic things. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in only the first half for Holland College. Jalen Menzies checks in with 10 points. On the Mount Allison side of things, Jonas Monroe, who I talk so much about, has 12, but it is Noah McCarthy leading the team with 15. He is 6 of 9 from the floor, including 2 of 5 from three-point land. And 1 free throw made does McCarthy. Miles Haynes-Lacey, 5 assists. Tim Ellison, 5 points, 4 rebounds. The leaders for Mount A. On the foul side of things, the game's leading scorer, Logan Rempel, for Holland College does have 3. The only 3 fouls that the Hurricanes picked up, and indeed he did pick one up there at the end of the half by the score sheet. On the Mount A side of things, it is Tim Ellison with 2. McCarthy 1, Monroe 1, Poorman 1, and Rashawn Ferguson 1. Holland College led by 1, 28-27 after the first quarter. I believe that was corrected. The scoreboard had 28-28 going into the quarter time. Mount Allison 32-28 in the second quarter for a game total 59-56. Plays underway here half number 2, quarter 3. That's McCarthy for Mount A. Mount A is in the white. Scoring there for Mount Allison. Scoring for Mount Allison, Emmanuel Adugna. A little trouble there with my headset. Believe things are working well now. To make it 61-56, 9:22 to go here second half. We got a first foul of the second half. That's going to go on Jalen Menzies. Run down the lineups here. First for Holland College. Alman Dervisevic, he's going to inbound. He's got Chris Cheatham, number 2. 3 is Menzies. 12 receiving the pass is Josh White, and 6 is Jack McCauley. So Josh White in for Logan Rempel. He's going to start the quarter and the half on the bench with those 3 fouls. Haynes-Lacey pursued by Cheatham, and now Menzies on the steal. Menzies blocked by Miles Haynes-Lacey. Back inside for Dervisevic. Outside McCauley. He makes the 3. Holland College ties it up. McCarthy for Haynes-Lacey. Adugna again on the shot. Menzies. On the drive now is Cheatham. Haynes Lacey for Ellison. Monroe for Haynes Lacey. McCarthy nails the three. 67-63, 8:10 to go here in quarter three. Continue to be in a high-scoring affair. Cheatham gets the steal. Out of bounds is going to be Dervisevic. Monroe and McCarthy in the backcourt for Mount A. McCarthy picks up the dribble for Ellison. Miles Haynes Lacey. Adugna, front rim. Rebound controlled by Dervisevic. He'll push to the front court. Pick it up, finds the cutting Cheatham. Cheatham for the corner three, Macaulay. Macaulay drains it. Ellison, Adugna, he's got a path to the lane for two. He's going to pick up the foul as well for an opportunity for the three-point play to go 69-66. Right now is the score in favor of Mount A. Lugna on the make. Dervisevic for three. Nice block out by the Mounties, and it's McCarthy who takes it away for Monroe. Monroe for Haynes Lacey. Monroe clears some space. Against Macaulay, he shoots the three, picks up the foul. Officials are coming to the score table, going to check something out here. One shot for Monroe to make it an 8-point lead. Rebound to White for Dervisevic. Cheatham for Dervisevic. For Macaulay. Josh White back to Menzies. Menzies from 18 feet off glass. Rebound Ellison. For McCarthy. McCarthy gets to the bucket. Draws a foul. That's going to go on Menzies, I believe. Does go on Menzies. Third team foul of the quarter for Holland College. McCarthy makes the first. And the second for the 9-point Mount A lead, 75-66, 6:23 to go, and we're only in quarter three. That's another three, Jack Macaulay. The torrid scoring pace continues between these two teams. Folks, this is the quality of basketball you can expect all season long here in the ACAA. Teams of this caliber, you'd expect eventually the defenses will adjust. We might not see quite as many points through 2.5 quarters as we see on the board right now in every game. But you can expect there will be offensive explosions and teams going toe-to-toe as these teams are here this afternoon. Get out to your local gym, wherever you may be, any one of the 7 communities that has the ACAA school in it. Of course, some reno issues with the building at Mount Allison. They are, I believe, starting the year out some games at Crandall, which is in Moncton, not in Riverview. A little tidbit just for Mr. Tingley in Riverview. Moisture situation on the floor again. Got that cleaned up. 6-point game, 75-69. Offensive foul called by the official underneath the basket. Hurricanes don't like it. Coach Kendrick didn't like it. Alman Dervisevic didn't like it. Official demonstrative on the call. That goes over to the Hurricanes. That foul on Dervisevic. His second, team's fourth, with still 5.5 to go here in quarter 3. Allison takes the 3, makes it! 6'10" Allison, his second 3 of the game. Cheatham for Menzies. Allison corrals the rebound in front of Josh White. Badugna for McCarthy. Miles Haynes-Lacey can't get the 3. McCarthy tips it. That's into the hands of Cheatham. Cheatham comes the other way. Taken away by Miles Haynes-Lacey. 2-on-1 for Mount Allison. McCarthy can't get that one to go down. He was looking for the foul on Menzies. No call from the official, who, quite honestly, was not right there with the play. No offense to the official. That one turned around really, really quickly. The speed of these young athletes. He was still trailing. .447 to go now, quarter 3. 78-69, Holland College. Giving the score in time a little more frequently. I'm told our connection to the score clock having some issues. So I will continue to do that. Keep everyone posted as best I can. Foul's going to go on Allison. That's going to be his 3rd. That'll send Logan Rempel to the line. That's 23 on the game for him. Rashawn Ferguson set to check in for Mount Allison at the next opportunity. Rempel keeps it perfect from the free throw line. Now Ferguson for Allison. We lose 4 inches in height here with Ferguson. And I haven't really seen a lot of him, but just from watching from warm-up, appears to have some hops. Timeout, Hurricanes. Coach Kendrick continues to work the officials here. I'm going to take just a short break during this timeout and be right back. We are here in a timeout in quarter number 3. 78-71 in favor of Mount Allison. They are the home team on the scoreboard, are the Mounties, against the Holland College Hurricanes. Coming up, the game scheduled for 6 o'clock. The home court St. Thomas Tommies and the visiting Mount St. Vincent University Mystics. Rematch of last year's final on the girls' side, the women's side. On the 8 o'clock game, those same 2 schools on the men's side. All right, we've confirmed through the break, although the audio is out on my headset. You can still hear through the webcast. We will pursue on. I don't need to listen to myself talk. Mounties are back on the floor, 4:36 to go. They're up by 7, 78-71. Hurricanes, who called the timeout, break the huddle. And it'll be McCarthy on the line. So we're now into a bonus situation. 5 team fouls on Holland, 2 on the Mounties. So McCarthy can add to his game total. Front rims that one, come up a little short. Didn't quite have the usual follow-through on that, from my perch at least. A little better on that one, and away it goes. Macaulay to the front court, steps back for 3. That one's a little short, but attacking the rim was Kyrie Thompson. He's going to knock it out off of Poramon. See on the far sideline, the St. Thomas women. The front row on the far side in their game uniforms, getting ready for their upcoming match. Be anxious, hosting their own tournament to get things underway. Rempel with the score and an opportunity for the N1. He's been spectacular here this afternoon for the Hurricanes and stays perfect from the line. 5-point game now, 79-74, 4:20 to go in quarter 3. Briand with the catch. Deflected. That's Monroe. McCarthy. Menzies with the steal. Picked McCarthy's pocket. Kyrie Thompson. Blocked by Jonas Monroe, but no, it's the foul. I think Monroe got him with the body. Kyrie Thompson on the line, makes the first. And the second. 4:04 to go. It's a 3-point game in quarter 3. Rempel and Monroe get tied up on the far side, have a little discussion about things. McCarthy guarded by Thompson. It's a screen from Briand. Now picks up the dribble. Ferguson in the high post. Ferguson maybe a little push off there to get space. No call. McCarthy dips the doodles into the paint again. Ferguson on the rebound, cleans it up for 2. Macaulay was looking to have the floor cleaned up there. We don't have towel people on the end lines. Dervisevic draws the foul. It's going to go on number 10, Connor Briand. Coach Kendrick was looking for the charge at the other end. Didn't get the call. And it will be Dervisevic to the line again with 3:26 to go in quarter 3. The Hurricanes doing a little mop-up work on their defensive end of the court. Referees below the officials. Going to be a fun year around the ACAA with Coach Kendrick in the league. Dervisevic with the second. Rebound Ferguson for Adugna. Back for Ferguson, the cutting Monroe. Monroe off glass and in. Kyrie Thompson spins, goes right at two Mounties and scores on the running layup. Steal by Menzies. Loose ball. We're going to get a jump ball situation here, I'm sure. That is jump. Possession arrow says home on the scoreboard. That will be Mount A. Calling for a towel again on the floor. Miles Haynes-Lacey checks in for Jonas Monroe. .251 to go, quarter number 3. Heck of a game this is. Thanks for watching along at home, if you are doing so. Little perspiration situation. Reset of the shot clock. Now we'll get the mop out. We should have pretty much this whole floor done. And indeed, it looks a bit like a grade 5 square dance out there right now with all the players using their sneakers to get the perspiration off the floor. Mount A inbounds. We're back underway. Adugna makes the 2. Three-pointer launch by the Hurricanes. That's Jalen Menzies. Number 3 connects for 3. Now number 3 picks up the foul. Let's see if it'll be his 3rd. It is his 3rd. In bonus, now on both sides, we'll walk the length of the floor. 2 shoot. Adugna, a 70% free throw shooter last year. From Toronto, shout out to anyone watching us from the Big Smoke. Good on the second. Menzies off the side of the backboard on that 3. Miles Haynes-Lacey with the rebound. Dribbles to the front court. Dravicevic nearly with the steal. More pressure from the Hurricanes. We've got a foul called. It's going to be a foul on Adugna. Not sure how I feel about that one. I'd like to see that one again in replay. Tough foul call to pick up when you're pursuing the ball. Guess there was contact for sure. So it's the referee's job, not mine. Kyrie Thompson uses the screen for Dravicevic. He puts up the 3, makes the 3. Now we're in a 2-point game with under 2 to go in quarter 3. 87-85. We could be in the 120s for this one before we're over. Ferguson on the rebound. Maybe a little carry there coming away with the ball. Gets away with it. Poorman looked for the drop pass for Ferguson. Instead, Ferguson makes the 16-footer baseline jumper. 89-85. 125 to go in this quarter 3. Saw a game here last year between Holland College and St. Thomas that finished 127, 124, or 125, something like that. I'd never seen the scoreboard that high. It may explode here this afternoon with the way these two teams are going. We could easily both be over 90 at the end of quarter 3. 89-85, a minute to play. Dravicevic on the steal. He scores. 89-87, 52 seconds to go in the quarter. Cheatham was looking for the foul there. Referee said maybe that's a little bit of acting, didn't give him the call, but he gets the steal. Dravicevic misses the 3, 30 seconds to go now in the quarter. Poraman with the late shot clock. Gets it to rattle through. 91-87. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Now 4, 3. Cheatham to the tin. Cheatham gets 2. We will end quarter number 3 with the score. 91-89. The high-scoring affair continues. It is the Mounties +2. First men's game at the Ken Gould Invitational. Folks, ACA basketball at its best here all weekend. If you can't get excited about play like this, you can't get excited about basketball at all. Stay tuned or get down here to the gym. Support these athletes. Heck of a performance they're putting on here. We're about a minute 45 away from quarter number 4. I'll be back very shortly. Fans, welcome back to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. First men's game of the 2022 Ken Gould Invitational. And it is one high-scoring affair. Mount Allison 91, Holland College 89. Just starting quarter 4 in this one. What a fun one it has been to call. Kyrie Thompson misses the 3 to open the quarter. Logan Rempel on the rebound. Inside for Thompson. Thompson can't get it to go over Allison. McCarthy with the big rebound, but it's taken away by Thompson. Thompson goes at Allison again. Finally, Allison gets the rebound. And we've got a jump ball called. Getting a hand in is number 13, Spencer Rossiter. I believe this is Rossiter's first appearance on the floor here of the afternoon for the Hurricanes. Don't remember saying his name earlier. Rossiter, second year, 6'1" guard out of Summerside. 21 on the shot clock. Mount Allison basketball on the alternating possession. McCarthy off glass for 2. Good strong take for Noah McCarthy. Shout out to Noah's dad, Paul, watching along at home. Haynes Lacey to the front court after the made 3. It's a 1-point game, 93-92. Holland College takes it away. Menzies for the streaking Rossiter. Rossiter to the secret weapon maybe here in quarter number 4 for Coach Kendrick. Keeping him under wraps for the first 3 quarters. Ellison's going to get the offensive foul against Rampell, and that will be Ellison's 4th. Big foul for Mount Allison. Poorman will come off, Adugna on, and also off the bench number 10, Connor Briand. Ellison will come out. Briand is 6'4". Cheatham against Haynes Lacey. Cheatham is down, picked up by McCarthy. To the front court, Monroe, he goes wrong-handed, little righty on the left side. Trying to answer at the other end was Cheatham. Rebound to Kyrie Thompson. He goes right at the Mountie player and gets the block call on Briand. Coach Chapman definitely wanted the charge. Chapman a little steamed. Josh White will check in for Holland College. Menzies to the bench. Kyrie Thompson on the line. Team trailing by 1, 8:20 to go, quarter 4. 95-94 in favor of Mount A. Thompson misses them both. Rebound to Monroe. Rossiter lucky not to pick up the reach around on that rebound. McCarthy looking to post Cheatham. Monroe in the post against White. And it is McCarthy with the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Knocked out of bounds by Cheatham. McCarthy wanted the foul. Officials with their hands full in this one. Officials have to come in with their track shoes on. In this game, McCarthy baseline. Steps out of bounds. Good defense by White. Turns the ball over for the Hurricanes. Holland College can take the lead with any score on this possession. White, oh, he had to turn around post jump shot, lots of room. Instead passes it back out to Kyrie Thompson, who's going to pick up the foul on the drive. McCarthy knocked to the floor on that one. A lot of jostling going on there. McCarthy's going to get there, Monroe will get the foul. Number 6, that's going to be his 3rd. We'll send Thompson to the line. Didn't have a lot of success on his last trip there. This time's a little bit better already. Ties it at 95, 7:41 to go, quarter 4. McCarthy against Cheatham. They're both trying to use their body to gain advantage. Adugna 3. That's no good. Rebound, Briand. Monroe. Monroe from the elbow, no good. Josh White corrals it, and now Cheatham to the front court. Inside for White in the high post. Thompson, Rossiter. Now Kyrie Thompson. Haynes Lacey corrals the carom. Stepping into that 3 is Connor Briand, and he knocks it down. 98-96 Mounties. 6:45 to go, quarter four. Cheatham loses the handle on the drive. Good defense by McCarthy, who ends up on the end line. It's going to be a foul on Spencer Rossiter, red 13. Sounds like a bit like a play you'd call in football, red 13. And it looked a little bit like a football play. Timeout, Hurricanes. Doing a little time check on the clock. As in the actual time, it is 5:41. So the women's game scheduled at 6 between St. Thomas and Mount Allison. You're looking at least 6:15, maybe later, for the start of that one if you are joining the stream now, looking for the timing of the start of the women's game. If you're in the Fredericton area, that gives you lots of time to get down here. In fact, why don't you just stick around online, watch the end of this one, then get in your car, come on over. No matter where you are in the capital city, you can get here in the 20-minute warm-up, be here for the Tommy women and Mount St. Vincent. That's the 6 o'clock game. The same two schools go at 8 on the men's side. Play picks up here tomorrow afternoon at 12, right at noon. 12, 2, 4, and 6 be the Tommies and the Hurricanes in the two late games, women and men. That leaves Mount A and Mount St. Vincent to play in the two early games. So Mount A, women, and Mount St. Vincent 12 tomorrow. Men at 2. Holland College women and Stu at 6. At 4. Men at 6. That's tomorrow. Sunday, 10, 12, 2, and 4 will be the times for those Sunday games. 6:31 to go here in quarter four. A 2-point Mountie lead. Noel McCarthy has the ball. Adugna a little too strong. White with a hand on the rebound, and Kyrie Thompson crosses front court for the Hurricanes. Picked the dribble up, didn't really need to. Rempel, he finally missed a three. Rebound Monroe. On the strong take, Adugna can't get it to go down. Loose ball, Miles Haynes-Lacey after it, picked up by Macaulay. Rempel picked off by Monroe. That's going to be a foul on Jalen Menzies, and I believe that's going to be number 4. Great hustle by Monroe to get back into that play. Tim Ellison returns to the court for Mount A. 5:53 to go. He's checks in with the 4 fouls. Menzies to the bench in favor of Dervisevic. Menzies just picked up his 4th for Holland College. McCarthy for Ellison against White. Good matchup of big men here. Ellison works him in the post, spins. Turnaround jump shot short. Good defense by White. Didn't give him any alley to the hoop. Going to force a big man to take something going away from the rim. He'll take that pretty much every time off a post catch. Unless, of course, it's Akeem Olajuwon. Kyrie Thompson lays it in and ties the game at 98. 5:10 to go, quarter 4. The cutting Brienne scores 2. He's had a really good game. Dervisevic against McCarthy. That's the matchup we talked about earlier. Briand has the rebound knocked out of his hands. by Josh White. I believe we're going to get a jump ball. This one will stay with Holland College on the alternating possession. They trail by 2, 4:35 to go in quarter 4. McCauley from 12 feet, front rim. Ellison fights for the rebound. It's controlled by Briand, and now Monroe. Adugna in the front court. Back for Ellison. Monroe from 18 feet. Shots are coming up a little shorter here now in this quarter. A lot of front rims. Extremely high shooting percentage for both teams through the first half. That was a miss for McCauley. Ellison on the rebound. Hurricanes crash the boards. And Dervisevic picks up the foul again. 4:02 to go. Team fouls now 3 apiece, and that is the third on Alman Dervisevic. McCarthy against McCauley. Adugna off glass and in. Silky looking shot for Emmanuel Adugna. Adugna again, spin move on the rebound. Somebody blew a tire there. I believe that's Kyrie Thompson. Lost the shoe. Adugna for 3. Hot hand, Adugna. Now we'll get a stoppage of play. Kyrie Thompson will pick up the shoe. No timeout on the play. Mounties believe there was a timeout. And now we have the timeout called by the Hurricanes. 105-98, 3:19 to go. Manuel Adugna, 5 straight points here for Mount A. Scoring slowed down a little bit in this quarter, but what a fun one this has been. Full credit to the athletes here in this one and all around the ACAA. It's going to be a heck of a season. I was excited coming into this weekend looking at the 4 schools that were here participating, and then even more excited when I got to look at the rosters on both the men's and women's side for these 4 schools. The first game of the day, the women's side, Holland College and Mount Allison. That was a close affair all the way through and a great ball game. This one has been incredibly entertaining right from the get-go. And I have no doubt we'll see more of the same. It's always a battle on the women's side when Mount St. Vincent's and St. Thomas hook up. And you can bet that the Tommies will be looking to send a message to MSVU after MSVU came here last March and completed their Cinderella run to the title as well. What a heck of a league. Entertaining product. Folks, do yourself a favor, get out and see it. Watch it online. Whatever. Incredible basketball. 3:05 to go. Hurricanes trail by 7. McCauley, baseline, blocked by Monroe. Picked up by Ellison. Briand, McCarthy. Monroe and now in the front court for 3. Cheatham drives Pate. Met by a wall of Mounties. McCarthy comes away with it. McCauley on the steal. McCarthy wanted the foul. Dervisevic for McCauley. Hurricanes now set some offense. No, Rempel launches one instead. McCarthy on the rebound. McCarthy for Monroe. Monroe, he's going to go right to the tin. Oh, blocked from behind by Josh White, who can't stay in bounds. Wow, what a block. 10-point lead now, 2:20 to go, 108-98. Timeout taken by Coach Chapman and the Mounties. They have to like where they are in this one. A few quick shots here from the Hurricanes as they try to cut the gap, haven't been successful. That last three from Jonas Monroe might have just been the topper that Mount A needed in this one. 10-point lead with 2:20 to go. You'll take that anytime if you're Coach Chapman on the Mounties side. Far from over yet with the way these clubs have put points on the board. Stick around for the finish. And again, a little time check, about 10-6 here on the clock. If you're tuning in looking for the Tommy women and Mount St. Vincent University, that one's going to get underway a little late. It'll probably be, I would say, at least quarter after by the time that one starts. Time we finish up the last 2:20 here in a 20-minute warm-up. But we'll be back with that one as well as soon as we finish this one out. Ellison has it knocked away. Dervisevic can't keep it in bounds. It's going to stay Mountie ball. I think that's 17 on the shot clock. Might be 11. Tough to tell. There's some bulbs out on the shot clock. In fact, it was 11. Now 9 on the shot clock. McCarthy for Adugna. He makes the three-pointer. If Monroe's shot didn't seal it, that one almost certainly does. 111-98. Tough hill to climb now for Holland College, but Rempel answers for three. I might have spoken too soon. Josh White with the turnover. Hurricanes with another opportunity to score here. Dervisevic loses a handle picked up by Adugna. He spins. Finds Monroe for three. That one no good, taken away by Rempel. He's going to shoot on the run. Miss off glass. Rebound Rempel for Dervisevic. Takes the three, drives. He goes off glass calmly for two. 111-103, 1:15 to go, quarter four. It is not over yet. McCarthy, Adugna for three. Quick shot there. Oh, Johnny on the spot. It's Connor Briand. McCarthy with the takeaway. Adugna. He kisses one in. Quick shot there. I'm not sure Coach Chapman really wanted the quick shot, but he'll take the 2 points. And it's timeout Hurricanes. 115-103. Don't think we're going to get to the 127-124 score of the Hurricanes and Tommies last year. Well, we got triple digits on the board on both sides here in this preseason matchup. 56.8 seconds to go. Here in quarter number 4. This will be Hurricanes ball on the inbound. They will be able to run the end line if they need to. Under a minute to go. They trail by 12. 115-103. Inside for Druken. Coach Kendrick has gone deep into the bench now. 4 is Vicente Balaton. 14 is Druken. 13 Spencer Rossiter. 8 is Ryan McKinnon. And 9 is Nick Mills. As it appears as though Coach Kendrick conceded the lead here. Druken for the second. Druken out of Shea Heights, Newfoundland. Shout out to you if you're watching from the Rock. Happy to have you on board. What a fun game this has been. Foul's going to go on Rossiter. McCarthy so good at drawing that body contact. Not afraid to put his own body on the line. You can already see he has the blue athletic tape on the shoulder already early in this season. It's almost amazing. He holds up, and there he is down again. Draws the foul on Rossiter. That will put the Mounties in bonus. McCarthy will go to the line. Be a one-shot and possession situation here where it's a dead ball foul. McCarthy makes that one. Have to guess he's one of the high scorers for the Mounties in the game. Adugna's had a good game, has Monroe. Monroe now to the bench. Checking in Dilo Poramon. Third year of eligibility out of Calgary. U of T, Mississauga. McCarthy with the backcourt violation. Druken thought he had a free lay-in instead. Rashawn Ferguson will sub in for Noah McCarthy with 40.9 seconds to go. 116-105 Mount Allison. Druken on the drive, kicks it outside for McKinnon. Now Balatan. 24-second violation. There's no rim on that shot. Haynes Lacey behind the back dribble. He's going to get a foul. He's going to go on Rossiter again. A little more coloring on the scorebook next to Rossiter's name for the official scores down at the table. 21.1 to go, quarter four. 116-105. Haynes Lacey misses the first. Didn't have a free throw attempt in the ACA regular season last year. Misses them both, does Haynes Lacey. Out of bounds, it's going to stay white ball. Ferguson there was attacking the offensive boards for Mount Allison. Briand inside for Ferguson. Ferguson finds room. Rebound taken away by Ballytan. Druken kicks it outside. That's a shot made by Vicente Ballytan. Ballytan out of Surrey, BC in his second year. Was at UPI. Haynes Lacey will dribble it out. This entertaining high-scoring affair will finish 116-108 in favor of Mount Allison. And what a fun one this was to call, folks. It's going to be like that all weekend long and all season long. We're going to take about a 20-minute break. We're going to come back with the women's game. You'll need to switch the stream to pick up the host Tommies and Mount St. Vincent. That will be about a 6:20 start time. About a 6:20 start time. Gives you a chance to watch the evening news, at least the highlights of it. Get back here for 6:20 for the women's game, St. Thomas, Mount St. Vincent. Thanks for tuning in, folks.